I'm Barbara Abney, and today I am talking to Mark Mallman on the Go Local Spotlight. You got a big album coming out.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. It's my first time I've ever been on this thing. Why is that?
Because I asked you earlier, and you said, well, we could save it
we'll
for
save
the
it.
release.
Save it. I wanted to save it till now. You're right. I didn't know I could be on twice. Can I be on tomorrow?
Sure you can.
Okay.
Well, no, I've already had to book up.
Okay,
This is a tough town. You got to book people
I understand.
ahead of time. But thank you for showing up today.
Thank you. Yes.
I appreciate it.
I know.
Let's talk about this new record a little bit.
All right.
You had a really successful crowdfunding campaign.
Fairly successful, yeah.
Like you had to open up new stuff, didn't you? Didn't you have to create new stuff because you hit your goal?
We hit the goal and we did a good job and got the money, and it was a lot of work and it was really fun. It was the most fun way I've ever released an album, and I wasn't going to do it. I was against Kickstarter, and I read Amanda Palmer's book, which was finely written, but the ethic was questionable to me, and so I was like, But then the manager of Electric Six, he said, "No, Mom, and this is what Kickstarter is made for. It's made for you,
for your fans,
for you to do it." And I said, "Well, I'm gonna make it as fun as I can." And we have it's been really fun. We've gone bowling and the tour of the Twin Cities is coming up in April, and so it's kind of weird prizes. So it was great, I don't know if I'll do another one, but.
Didn't you have to give the jacket away?
That was a Marathon 3 jacket, yeah. I make a jacket now for every album, so I sold 4 or 5 jackets. Wow. Jackets that I've toured with, it's cool, it's fun. Hopefully they'll donate them to the I don't know what you call those rock museums, but a rock museum.
Right. Are they all local?
Who?
Did all the jackets sell locally?
No.
Because that would be fun. The
we
Mallman
didn't sell any
collection.
overseas. We sold posters and stuff overseas, but no jackets. Thank God.
Do you still have the jacket for this album?
Yeah,
okay.
I wear it all the time. People take pictures of it all the time.
Because they think it means other things.
Well, it does mean other things. It means whatever. It says the end is not the end on it. And people will just stop me and say, "Can I take a picture?" And usually it's, "Can I take a picture with you?" And now it's like people saying, "Can I take a picture of your jacket? Can you turn around so I don't have to look at your face?" I saw a picture, somebody did that at the art museum a couple of days ago. And then as we were walking out of the art museum, a very old lady said, "Do you think it's true?" And I said, "What?" She said, "The end is not the end." I said, "I know it's true. It's true." And we both laughed. It's weird. It's like, I don't even know that it's behind me, this phrase. It means something different to everybody.
It's really exciting.
Fun.
I'm really happy.
It's like a bumper sticker on a jacket.
It's a deeper bumper sticker.
It's a deep bumper sticker.
So. It's better than Keep On Truckin'. I'll say that.
That's on my underwear.
I don't doubt that. I do want to thank you for because I was afraid that Parasite Eyes and monster movies were just singles that you put out, timely singles.
Yeah.
And that it was just like a holdover until a record. And I'm glad that they were on the record.
Well, normally I release records every year or every 2 years. This one took so long to make because of the standard that I held it up to. I would just put stuff out there to stay vital and to tell people, there's something coming. So I'm glad that you're glad they're on there. They're both going to be on there for sure.
Is this your first sober album?
No, I was drunk. I mean, I'm not sober. I just don't drink right now.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's my, well, see, I didn't drink alcohol till I was 29. So I didn't drink when I wrote The Tourist. I didn't drink when I lost How I Left My Life and Lived to Tell That. I didn't drink when I wrote The Red Bedroom. I started drinking when I wrote Mr. Serious.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I just stopped drinking now for medical reasons, not anything else. But it did help, maybe in terms of giving me a little more free time.
I remember reading your post from South by Southwest a few years ago when you were like, okay, I'm going to do this sober and see what it's like.
Yeah.
And it was a really cool insight.
Well, I have done South by Southwest 10 times. And that would have been 11 times and I didn't play. I just went with my lawyer, and it was I did sneak a gin and soda in during there. One.
Wow.
I mean, because I was bored and my phone was, I was waiting for my phone to charge. So that's the hardest part of South by Southwest nowadays, is charging your phone.
Oh,
in
yeah.
2001, there was no problems with your phone.
Right.
You know, I didn't even have a cell phone my first South by Southwest.
I think that's pretty much
And
the
it was
story.
really fun.
How do we live without cell phones before? When I was listening to your album, I was writing little notes down here and there because Facebook just went crazy. The reviewers were coming out, and it was like, oh, "This is the best thing he's ever done." And like a friend of mine was like, "You know what? I've never been a Mallman fan," which I chastised him for, by the way.
Right.
But this record is blowing my mind, and I'm like, "Oh my God, I need this record." So thank you for
I dropped
delivery.
it in your mailbox on a very cold day.
And I thank you for that. It hasn't come out of the CD player in my car since, by the way. But I wrote down like the song "Fighting Fire with a Fist." I love that song. I love. That song.
We originally called it "Let the Bullets Fly Through Me," but I had made a lot of changes in the record after I thought it was finished, called "Nightmares." And then I realized that I didn't want to put that energy out into the world. So I changed that song. But it was one night I was writing this little weird synthesizer hook, and I thought, wow, that sounds like a Bollywood movie. So I called Shannon Freed from Cloud Cult, and I said, would you come to my studio? And she did, and we made that weird hook, and then it's such a weird song.
It's really awesome. I love that one.
Thanks.
And I like Terrified.
Yeah, that video we just finished shooting yesterday. The drone we shot with a drone yesterday crashed at Worth Beach. It crashed in the sand. But that video will be done. It's really, really freaky.
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. Lots of computer animation and costumes.
And that's the one that sounds kind of like your Frampton, right? It's got the...
There's a vocoder throughout the album. It's like on Parasite Eyes and Monster Movies, and it's on that song, Terrified. And it's a theme record, and that represents like this evil, this subconscious evil, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Because it shows up on the evil songs.
Okay. Vocoder is evil.
Vocoder represents this kind of he's a dancey, fun, dance with the devil kind of evil.
Okay.
That like plagues the ethos of this record. It's an existential rock record. So.
Of course, it's a concept record.
It's very heavy. This is the most concept-y I've got in a long time.
So it's going back and forth then with each track. Like there's a struggle between good and bad.
There was an entire evil record written called Nightmares because I was having chronic nightmares, and so I was just writing this very dark album. And then it literally made me physically sick, and I was like, I got to write happy songs. If I'm going to put this out there, I want to be karmically responsible for something. So, yeah, there's two. It was grouped into two sides, evil and resurrection. But I changed it. Now it's all kind of crammed together because I still want it to be super fun. A lot of times, like someone writes an album about a sensitive subject and it's not fun. And it's important that rock records are fun, considering rock is being pushed into the sewers of the music industry, where it belongs.
It belongs in the sewers of the music industry. That's the quote for the interview, I think.
Right, okay.
And I don't know which song to play on the air. I'm struggling because I want to play the title track.
Okay.
But then I really want to play Fighting Fire with a Fist.
Okay.
So which one do you think I should play?
I mean, that's your call. That's your. It's your call.
Well, I should probably play the title track.
They're different. They're different. They're different songs. Fight Fire with a Fist is really about how do you survive when you don't trust your friends anymore. When you don't trust. All of a sudden, one day you wake up and you realize that majority of the people you've known are just your drinking buddies, and they're out to get you in ways, and you're trying to do something impossible, which is fight fire with a fist. So the only way to do it is like leave it. When you realize you've just been lied to and lied to and lied to, and And like people have been friends with Mark Mallman, and I've let them, and I forgot that there's another guy inside, you know? So it's definitely directed at few people. The End Is Not the End is not a song about Minneapolis, you know? It's about a song about my personal relationship with my mom who had passed away, and me realizing that I'm going to believe that there's some type of afterlife because I want to hang out with my mom again so much.
I get that.
And it's like kind of like a Lou Reed meets The Who kind of song.
I can hear that. How long has she been gone?
2.5 years, something like that, yeah.
It doesn't, everybody says it gets easier. Tell me when it does.
You know, it's a life experience you want to have a total life experience in order to grow and in order to look back and see that you've felt all the feelings, you know? It's like you want to go to Disney World, you want to ride every ride, and then when you leave Disney World, you can look back and say, oh, we got our money's worth.
Right.
And this is part of grief and loss. This is part of everyday life. I mean, we're lucky we don't live in the 1800s when, you know, like Cousin Dale was just eaten by a bear last night.
True.
You know, and your dad's going to live till he's 40 because he's got black lung. We live in good time, you know?
Right.
20 years from now, we probably won't. There'll be a hunger crisis and the environment will be collapsing. But right now, we got nice weather.
Yeah, this year anyway.
You know.
So you have 2 release shows this weekend.
2 release shows this weekend, yeah.
Why 2?
Because it's special and because I wanted to play a small club that I can feel like when I first played the Ice House, it reminded me of these like roadhouses that we used to play, kind of like some places in Alabama. And it wasn't the jazz club that I went to. The stage, the way the audience behaved, it's in the middle of the room. I don't know, for me, it put me in a place. Every time I perform, probably in the last 8 years, I try to at some point pretend I'm on like Jimmy Kimmel or some big show. I don't know who's on the air right now because I don't have a TV, but I say Leno in my head.
Right.
And this was the first time I got on stage there. I was like, whoa, I'm in like some crazy roadhouse from the stage. It felt like that, or maybe it was because everyone was going crazy. So I was like, I want to do the release here. I want to do 2 shows here and just, you know, get crazy.
And the only time I saw you on stage there, you were a computer.
Yeah.
You were that was the crazy. That was just last summer though, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on a Beam-Pro robot, and that was the first time anyone's ever done a rock concert on a Beam-Pro robot. But now, I mean, I know for a fact there are Beam-Pros in this very building.
I believe that. Oh yeah.
They have them upstairs, and they're kind of everywhere. You know, the video you can see on YouTube. It's called Malborg. And
how was that working with the timing though? I mean, was there like the band how hard was that to establish? Did you have to sing 10 seconds before the music?
Well, the band was hearing everything. I was not hearing the band at all. I was sending the signal to the drummer, so the drummer was listening and cueing the band. The problem was, due to the variable bit rate of the room, once people started Snapchatting off of the Ice House, it slowed it down. So the first couple songs, the one we got on YouTube is pretty straight.
Okay,
you know?
yeah.
But the first couple, the drummer's trying to keep the tempo, and it's cool, you know. There's so much technology out there that's just like readily available.
I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm. We didn't think about it either.
And their Wi-Fi is so sketchy sometimes.
I'm not going to say anything.
I love Ice House.
Wi-Fi.
I love Ice House more than anything, but it just sometimes, and it's all about how many people are there.
I just think what you can talk about a restaurant, you talk about somebody's food, you can talk about the sightlines of a club, but once you start railing on somebody's Wi-Fi connection, that's really low. It's as low as it gets.
I will say my favorite thing there for dinner are their empanadas.
Oh yeah, they're great. I like their little drinks. I like everything there. It's great.
My favorite brunch is the savory eclair. Have you had it yet?
No.
Do you eat pork?
No, I just like a pork eclair sounds weird to me.
It's more like a donut. It doesn't have chocolate on it.
A pork donut sounds grosser.
It's like bacon. It's
Okay.
just thick bacon.
Okay.
It's yeah.
Sounds gross. I haven't gotten into the meat donut thing. And to let it pass, I let the trend pass, and that's it.
Do you eat meat at all?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's a litany of things I don't do anymore, but that I do eat meat. I'm debating it.
What's after these shows?
Well, shortly after these shows, we'll release some videos. Kindercore is, I think, re-releasing a remastered version of Ruby Isle Appetite for Destruction.
Ooh.
That will actually be released, I guess, because they think that they want to, I don't know, something about Coachella.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Yep. Sorry. And then touring, and then videos, and then I'm writing a musical, and I'm writing a screenplay for a movie, and I'm pop writing. I'm doing a bunch of remixes for people.
Wow.
Yeah. Just did a Step Rockets remix, and I did a remix for an artist out of LA called Vox. And so I'll be doing a lot of remixes and stuff. Take a break from writing another album. I'm working on a musical about a bank robbery. So
Wow.
yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. And the screenplay.
Well, no, my screenplay is different. My screenplays are just, I've been writing screenplays for a long time. It's just, I already have a Werewolf one and a couple others.
Do you sleep?
Yeah,
I get the feeling
once
you don't.
a week or so I do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You seem like the type of person that gets a couple hours.
I get a lot of work done at night, so music writing. And with the album, it was nonstop. I mean, this album, The End Is Not the End, I worked on every day for probably mostly 3 years.
Wow.
Every day. There's so much material, and I just needed to get to a level of quality that I had never got to before, on a fidelity level and on a musicianship level. You know, writing lyrics and the concept is kind of the color of the car. Building the car is like, I tried to build I'd been building Hondas for a long time, so I wanted to build at least a Lexus.
Okay.
At least a used Lexus.
I like that.
Yeah.
Building Alexis. I have to tell you, I can't remember if it was did you go to the Purple Rain tributes?
No.
I can't remember where it was that I bumped into you. And this was a couple of years back. And we both had a drink. Or
Yeah,
five.
sure.
And you said, okay, you can't tell anybody about this.
Oh, great.
But it's happened. It's over with.
Okay.
It's nothing. Yeah. You're like, I'm going to do this project where I'm going to make music with my brain.
Oh, yeah.
And this was before the last
Yeah.
marathon.
Oh, it was the last marathon.
It was about the last marathon. You're like, I'm just going to like hook something up to my brain and it's going to make music. And I'm like, oh, he's just had a lot of drinks.
I'm surprised.
And then when it happened, I'm like, well, that's exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah, for $400 now, you can buy a pretty nice USB mind controller that you can control things on the screen, or you can. It's crazy and it's amazing. And back then, it was a little bit more money, and the music program was open source, and so we had combined that with 5 million other things for Marathon 4, which is like traveling across the country and webcasting via cellular networks because we didn't know because we couldn't afford satellite.
Right.
And so that was a whole big project. We're still trying to work on a documentary about it. But then when we do Marathon 5, it's probably going to be more straight up.
That was my next question, if there was going to be one of those.
Yeah, there will be. Right now it's all about the end is not the end, getting it out there, and then kind of looking back at our culture and where music and where my music fits into our culture and where it doesn't fit in anymore, and then reassessing how to maintain a stranglehold on my creative kind of progress. It's deep, dude. It's deep. You are. Yeah, I'm talking about the future, my future, right, as an artist. But there'll be a few, we'll see. There'll be more albums. Right now, let's focus on this one. Let's do. Thank you for making art. Yeah. I mean. Thank you for interviewing me. I appreciate you coming in. Now, one more time before we go. Mark Mallman, the new album, The End Is Not the End. The shows are Friday and Saturday at Ice House. March 25th and March 26th at Ice House. Who's playing with you? On the 25th, The Rope. and On the 26 Murder Shoes.
Ooh.
Yeah, both nice bands. Well,
Yeah.
both rock bands.
Right. I love those guys.
It's going to be a weekend of rock shows.
Nice.